He's smiling, walking. He doesn't know I'm already perceived to be myself as a gangster now because the cops treat you like one. So I'm like, I'm right behind this cop. He doesn't know what I can do to this guy. But that's the difference. They're ready for war. We're ready for them. It's like constant on your toes. Over here, the cops are like, man, they're like pedestrians, man.
I can imagine a British cop walking up to you and you thinking, right, it's on, and he'd be like, can I get your autograph, please, Mr. Capone?
That's what I'm saying. The cops are just. That's what I'm saying. If I did talk to a cop, it was. I think someone said something nice, like, yeah. I'm like, I was like, this guy looking at me like he doesn't even realize I'm from, like I'm like, wow, this guy. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking sinister, but I'm thinking backwards as a kid. If I was in this place, I'd terrorize this place up. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, like it's crazy. But
So when I came back, it was like 17 years, reverse culture shock. Things I noticed is like the roads, lay off the roads, the cars parked on it's like fucking got to drive around. What stuff contrasts to you? What stood out the most in England versus back home?
Yeah, maybe they're driving with something because you got driving the different side, or I don't know if wrong side or wrong side. Yeah, that I just haven't even got to the driving part over here yet.
You haven't driven?
I just can't. I tried once and I'm like, the little roundabouts.
Yeah.
That shit like.
They freak me the fuck out, man. Where's my stop sign and my traffic light? Yeah.
So yeah, the driving over is kind of maniac a little bit. Feels like, because obviously I wasn't raised over here, and you got these little cars moving around. Woo,
It's like Dodgem cars, isn't it?
Yeah, and we got big roads in Cali, and
oh man, I love the freeways out there.
I'm on the phone I'm on the phone driving. That's the kind of vibe you have in Cali. You don't even pay attention to the road. You're moving, but you're doing other things. I'm on the phone. I'm texting. Obviously, you keep an eye on it a little bit, but it's so wide that you don't have to look at the front, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Over here, I'm like, I can't just drive and really drive, Like you're really driving,
So we've got 3 lanes on we call them motorways. Yeah. How many lanes is there as you're coming towards California?
Somewhere 4 or 5, right? Yeah.
Past Palm Springs and it all opens up.
Yeah, there's a lot of lanes, yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
Then LA's considered a lot of traffic, but I mean, still they got lot of lanes,
Yeah. So, all right then. I mean, you're so inspirational to all the young people. You've had this background. You could have been doing life very easily. Like you said, attempted murder, beef. How do you break out of that lifestyle?
Well, for me, I would say lucky for me. Because music came into my life. And being in the hood, we always loved music. We loved different shit. So when music came to me, that put my dedication. As much as I was involved in being in the streets and trying to be the craziest motherfucker, trying to be, I did all that shit, involved in all the stuff the streets was in the 90s. But as soon as music came, I go, let me do this same shit into the music. But then also now, I'm a guy who can speak the real stories of the streets because I'm doing music. And then what I do personally that nobody else does, I bring out other people just like me who I've signed guys who did 15 years in prison, came out. I've signed guys who did 8 years in prison. I've signed guys who are active in the hood, who are in trouble every day, and I present opportunities to them. Here's music, man. Because, everyone loves music at the end of the day. Some made it, some didn't. I mean, I know some of them got put back in jail. Some, they just had a drug habit maybe, and they couldn't really get into the music. And then some were successful. Some end up having not good relationships with them, me and them. Obviously, they had a different mentality. I had a different mentality. I've been there, done that. They probably got into the music, maybe, and never lived that life. And then they feel like now they're part of that life. And I'm not a punk. So at the end of the day, no one ever gets over me. Like any street cat that could be street crazy as they are, I'm a crazy motherfucker too when it comes to it. So we end up just clashing. They move on their way. I move on my way. I know the rules of the game. I don't talk shit. I don't have songs talking about F him, because I'm from the streets. I've seen people get indicted. I've seen people get locked up. Too much extra talking. You know what I'm saying? It's not the rule. So, hey, at the end of the day, I'm successful in doing music. I'm keeping to that. I'm bringing out the homies from the hood. I'm a street cat, and I'm one of the few that's probably in the music game at this time that really lived the 90s lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, there's new gangsters, new things, and these guys are wilding out, doing crazy shit, like, but it's not like ours where this was like a do or die. This was ruthless. This was just like, you grew up like your ambition was to make sure the next man is slammed out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that kind of mentality we had growing up. But nowadays, you know, there's internet, everybody's showing off, like putting guns in the picture, and I'm crazy. You know, it's a different world, you know? But yeah. I'm still actively in music. I'm still fresh in it. I still rap the street slangs. I still do the street stuff. And me, I'm encouraged to even be in the UK now and to do music with the street guys in the UK. Because they got their street wars going on. Their knife crimes, they're stabbing up people. Same stuff over here. So
drilling, they call it.
Yeah, drilling. You know, the guy's gonna drill you. You know, like the driller is my little driller. You know, I hear these slangs out here. You know, and to me, it pumps me up because this is the culture I like from California. But we're doing music, so hey, let's get this in music. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you personally go and drill someone on your own, that's between you and your shit. But we know what that life's about, and we just want to keep continuing dropping the real music. You know what I'm saying?
So when you hear like a London rapper, for example, and this, you know, rapping in this Cockney accent, but they're talking about the feds, and they're talking about drilling. What does it make you feel like? This is like.
I respect every gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know we're from a place that I would call the most gangster of all, but I respect everyone's gangster.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got their stories. UK's got their stories. When I used to go, I was the type of kid that when I would go to New York, when I was in trouble, same shit, I'd go to New York and I would go find the gangsters there and I would start shit with them just because I'm from LA, you know, like that was the kind of mentality. We in California have a lot of pride, so we're like, LA, we got people with LA tats on them, you know? I don't know how many people have London tats on them, you know, but, right? But we got people that just represent LA. You listen to our songs, To Live and Die in LA, Tupac, LA, California Love. It's just everything to do. We rep so hard because it's embedded us. Like, we're like soldiers to rep for our area. So when I go to these other areas, I'm LA this. But then obviously I like to connect with the real ones in the cities they're from and do music, because some of them gotta be real. Some gotta go through the same struggle and the same pain that we came through, you know what I'm saying? Might be different style, but they got their struggles, you know?
So when I was in America, there was a lot of this East Coast, West Coast rap beef going on.
Yeah.
Does that continue to this day, or is that died down?
That was the 90s, I guess. That was the kid days when Pac was representing the West Coast, Biggie was East Coast, and LA started that shit. We just started saying fuck New York. You know what I'm saying? Pac said it, we all said it, so everybody in LA was really about it. Now, I don't think New York was mentally into that kind of atmosphere of fuck LA, even though there's always some guys like, you know, said that too, probably. But we were so embedded in that West Coast lifestyle that you got a bunch of gangsters who are now like united on a different front. They're like, fuck New York. So when Biggie Smalls came, something happened, whether, I don't know how or what happened, but Tupac ended up the story, a Crip ended up. So it's just that LA culture that got both of them, you know what I'm saying? And there's that LA culture, the West Coast, East Coast beef, that we all were pumped up. Like, it was a bad time for people from the East. If they came to LA and like, I'm from the East Coast, I mean, I was a kid at that time, and this guy's saying I'm from the East Coast, I might have tried to hit him with side of the head with a bat, right? Just because he said I'm from the East Coast, even though it has nothing to do with me, but we were so in love with our area that we were all ready to ride for it. I had 100 soldiers ready to go off someone from New York's here in our town saying he's from New York, acting up. Everyone, let's go.
Wow.
That's our mentality, which was, I don't know, maybe it's crazy, but this is the lifestyle that we were raised in Southern Cali, man.
Earlier you mentioned you signed someone up who was doing a 50-year stretch. So I work with the Kersler Trust, and we help prisoners rehabilitate through art, writing, poetry, rap, everything. How much wasted talent is there in prison?
There's a lot of talent in prison. So much. In fact, I'm gonna name a guy that I haven't met up yet, but he's in LA. He's been writing to me in prison since 2001. I had homies that he was locked up with, and he used to write me his letters and say, "Look, this is what I got locked up for. Woo, woo. One day I'm out. I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna rap." Right? Now he got out just recently, 6 months ago, and he sent me a message. I'm out now. I'm out, and I think he's doing rapping. Obviously, I'm in a different space of time that it's hard for me to. I got so many people that I'm helping out, but I recognized him as writing to me like every year from prison that I rap, I do music when I get out, And I kind of like forgot about this guy until he got out and he reminded me. I was like, dang, that's the same guy that used to write to my letters. Letters, I was like, and I wouldn't read some of the letters, so to be honest, but I'm like, he's inside, so I got to give him some kind of recognition. And I would read it, and he was like, yeah, I was locked up with your homie this, your friend this as kids. I'm his bunkie, so I started respecting his letters a little more. And I was like, damn, when this kid gets out, he's going to be a force, at least something he's going to try in the music game because he really had ambition. So on that note, there's 100 people out there inside that were like that. And he's one of the guys, so yeah, shouts out to that guy right there that he just barely got out doing 20 years, or I don't know how long he did, but he's been writing me when I first started rapping. So I'm like, damn,
The sad thing is there's all this talent inside and they don't give them anything to develop that. It's just drug and gang infested mayhem. Is that the same in California?
Yeah, basically, inside jail, you're not thinking about rap. You start thinking about the lifestyles inside there now. You're caught up in the system in there. So you got to watch your back. Being a rapper in jail also could be not a positive thing either, because you got other gangsters who can't rap and they might be jealous of that. So like me, I would think to myself, if I was in jail, would I even tell people, hey, I'm a rapper? I'd be like, nah, I ain't a rapper. I would come with that, even though I'm so well known now, I can't even say that. But if I was in jail, my mind, when I sit back and think, I wouldn't want to be saying I'm a rapper, because I would know how I was if I wasn't a rapper. I'd be like, who the fuck this fool think he is? He thinks he's a big star? We're going to show him how to, So I'm just a regular homie, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's probably a lot of talent there, but they're not going to expose their talent because someone's not going to like that, and then they're not going to have a comfortable time dealing with a lot of people all the time. It's a lot of jealousy, envy on the streets and inside also, you know what I'm saying? So when you in there, you're just another number,
Yeah.
That's it.
So if someone went in there showing off who was claiming to be a rapper and had money and stuff like that, probably they would get extorted, would they?
They could, yeah. It just depends the kind of guy he is. Like if someone's just one of those flamboyant guys, that could possibly happen. I was raised on the streets. I never was a flamboyant kind of guy. So I already know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here collecting, helping out homies. But in the rap game, it brings a lot of flamboyancy. A lot of people who show off every day like I'm this and that, I'm the baddest, I'm woo woo, You go inside, all that badness is over, you know what I'm saying? You just normal now. And if you feel like you above somebody, someone will bring you down. You know what I'm saying?
Hypothetically speaking then, what would happen if someone like Tekashi landed in LA County Jail?
Oh, Tekashi, man, he comes out feathers, man. I don't know how Tekashi would last in LA County Jail, man. Tekashi, man, he couldn't even last on the streets in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? He's in these rich areas and they're catching him in the hotel rooms,
Really?
Like he went to Hollywood, that people would break into the hotel rooms in Hollywood. Where's Tekashi at? So if they're doing this to him on the streets of LA, oh man, jail. He got nothing. He got no friends.
What was he claiming? Blood, Treyway?
So I encountered, before he ended up having a snitch jacket, he dissed LA and it got so personal that I kind of took it offensive. So I flew to New York, right? I had a little business, but I was like, while I'm out here, I'm going to look out for this Tekashi fool. And I'm on the gangster shit, but I was like, he's dissing LA. So if I see this fool, fuck this fool. I'm going to have to swing on him, do whatever, whatever, even though I know he might have security, whatever it is, but I'm going to do justice of my feeling if he's dissing LA. So I find out he's at a club. I'm at a club, you know, pull up. There's a little video footage of it out there. He had all his henchmen there, whatever. I had a couple riders with me, you know. So like, hey, we're gonna rumble. That is what it is. But we're gonna fucking let him know LA's in New York. So I pulled up on him. Obviously he's a blood, so any issue he has, from what I know on the streets, it's a blood issue. It's nothing to do with us, because we're homies. He's not a homie. So him being wrong or bad, they gotta take care of their own people. But my question to him was, I need to talk to this fool. And they're like, security, like, nah, I'm from LA, I need to talk to this fool. So I pulled up in him. I go, what's up? You got a problem with LA? You know, let me know. I'm right here. Nah, man, it's all love. And, you know, he pulled out his hand. It's all love. Then I seen the shoddy guy who's, I guess, locked up. Because I paid attention. To me, he's the gangster. I got to watch out for this guy. I'm not even watching out for Tekashi. So he grabs 6'9" like this. So I'm already thinking, so he sees me. If I take flight, he's going to throw him on the ground. Then, you know, it's going to turn into something else, right? So he's holding him by the waist while I'm talking to him. Tekashi's like, nah. Then I go, all right, man, whatever you have, this is LA. I'm just letting you know. And if you got some issue, your own people, your blood, handle your shit. Even though I'm not in the gangbang politics no more, but it's just in you to like, he disrespected LA and I'm in New York. Tekashi's in the same club as me. I have to go to him, you know? Like, I can't just walk out this door like Tekashi's in the shit, I don't want to say nothing. Or, hey, I want to take a picture. Fuck all that, you know? I'm going straight to him. I felt like I'm put on blast and I had nothing. Like, if I don't do this, I feel pussy inside, right? Because I'm seeing Tekashi in this building. Even it's New York, there's 50 guys around him. It's his backyard. I'm going to go up and I'm going to let him know this is LA. And I did. I went up. He didn't come back with a smart remark. He could have. It could have gone ugly. And I was ready for that. I was ready for the worst things to happen. But I was like, I'm going to make sure, even if the worst shit happened, I got one lick on Tekashi. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That was my thinking, you know. But it worked out where he's like, nah, I ain't got no problem with LA. He said it in my face. I seen him say it in my face. I was like, all right, that's your blood issue. That's cool. All right, boom, walked out. I was like, hey, I did what I had to do. I left it off my chest. And that's the wrong mentality you got to have sometimes, but that's the mentality we grew up with. And you see an enemy or somebody